Hello folks, my name is Mark, this is UCD Videos, how you guys doing? So, I am a major gigantic He-Man fan. I think if you've seen any of my other videos you know that I love Masters of the Universe. And Masters of the Universe Classics is one of my most favorite action figure lines ever of all time. They're just awesome as hell. Unfortunately, I missed the majority of these figures because they're very expensive. And for the first couple of years, I didn't even know that it was a thing that was happening. I got into the game rather late. So, it's really cool because I get to go back now and buy up a bunch of these toys that I missed at super inflated collector's prices. The thing with Masters of the Universe Classics is that they're like really expensive now. You can go on eBay and stuff like that and you try to find any particular characters, and they'll just be like $50, $60, $70, $80, $100 for these. So, yeah, you know, I kind of collect the ones I want now. I'm not making this a thing where I have to get every single one of them because that's going to cost, like, you know, way too much. But I am happy to say that I got this one. This is Slush Head. I got this one for Christmas, and I've been saving it to do an unboxing video. And the cool thing about it is that I managed to get two of them. One that's in a very pristine box, and one that's messed up. So I think I'm gonna keep this one in its nice pristine box and open the messed up one. So, Slush Head is a character from the New Adventures of He-Man, which was the ill-fated reboot that came out in the 90s. Those of you who are not up on your He-Man lore, basically it takes place after the Filmation series where He-Man blasts off into space and he fights mutants and stuff like that, blah blah blah, whatever. None of that matters. What matters is that this is an awesome figure. Slush Head is kind of like, let's take a look at him in this packaging. Okay, and let's kind of turn that up. Yeah, I don't want to get any of that glare on there. So, here's the packaging. It's very nice. You know, you can kind of see him in there. Very, very cool. It's got a lot of that vintage sort of like logo and look to it with the Space Mutants stickers right there. And on the back you get some other figures that came out. Let's kind of move this up a little so you can see it. You got Optic right there. That's another one that I'm going to get my hands on one of these days. Battle Armor Skeletor Faker. I actually have that one. And then these are guys from the new, you know, there's Slush Head. Ikaris, he's another guy from the New Adventures line. And then a Roboto. And then, of course, a bio for Slush Head, you know. One thing that was cool about these is that they sort of reimagined them and they gave them real names and all this stuff. And some people didn't like it, but I always really did. And I really like, let's kind of take a closer look at this dude here. I really like how the packaging, you can see everything. So if you wanted to just put this on your wall and display it, it would actually look really nice. You know, they're very display-friendly packaging. So, like I said, I managed to get two of these guys. And this one, the back of the card is all jacked up. You can see that's messed up. So this is the one we're going to open. So why don't we put our pristine one that we're going to resell one day later over there. And then this dude, he gets to be liberated. So let's open him up here. Alright. Very cool. Gonna move that aside. Okay, looking good. Let's see. He's got rubber bands and stuff everywhere here. Now, I know some of you guys out there at home are watching this and you're appalled that I'm actually opening it. But hey, this one was jacked up anyway. It already lost its value. And you know. And like I said before, I always like to open my figures most of the time, unless it's something that's worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, in which case I probably wouldn't have bought it in the first place. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We have our Slush Head figure. Let's kind of turn up the brightness on this a little bit so we can see it. Got our Slush Head figure here. You can kind of see his face inside of that dome. It's kind of cool. It's sort of like he's wearing like a life, you know, sort of kind of like water suit so that he can breathe outside and stuff. Very cool. like this weapon. It's got a very sort of underwater, high-tech sort of thing to him. And he comes with these claws, okay? So this one doesn't actually do anything. That one's like just molded in that. But this guy actually moves. So this claw you can like grab stuff with. And let's see, where do these go on? It looks like they go on in his backpack right there. So let's just enter these in there. And how bendy are these things? Can I like position them around? Nah, they're pretty much molded. Okay. It would have been nice to have these have like a wire inside of them so you could move them around a little bit. Okay, so we got those in there. I am a little disappointed by these. So if you look at this, his little tentacles, they don't really attach, they don't really stay in very well. They're very kind of floppy. Like, they just pop right out, you know. And that is a little disappointing. I mean, they do stay in pretty much, and you can, like, move them around and stuff, but, like, seems like this one in particular is very, very loose. Well, they're actually both pretty loose, so, like, this guy doesn't want to stay... Well, I guess it does kind of stay up a little bit. I mean, I guess you can get some poses out of it, but it would have been a lot better to actually have something that securely went in there and then had a wire in it so that you can bend it around and get some, like, dynamic poses out of them. You know, that would have been really, really cool. Unfortunately. So I think that's kind of a missed opportunity there. But, you know, the rest of the figure is very nice. I'm really, really digging all of this detail that he's got here. You know, these little wires and pipes, and it's like a breathing apparatus and stuff, you know. I'm sure you could probably take this off if you wanted to. I'm not going to bother, you know, if you wanted to actually see the detail on his skin. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? Just fell right out. I'm really liking all this stuff on his arm and the gun, you know, and the reuse of some of the parts, like the legs. If you notice, they're the same legs that come with figures like this part of the leg is the same leg that comes with figures like Whiplash or Clawful or something. And it's kind of cool how they reuse some of the same parts, but they make everything look like it fits. It looks unique. It looks like something that was intended to be there and not just stuff they had laying around. So the classics, Masters of the Universe Classics is always really good at that. So yeah, I guess they kind of stay up a little bit. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in that. I really would have liked to have seen that, you know, be a thing. The rest of this is really cool, and see, you notice this little plug right here comes out. It's so that you could fill that with water if you wanted to, because that was an action feature on the original toy. So that's kind of cool. Okay, I wanted to have a little bit of fun. Here's a couple of other Masters of the Universe Classics figures that I have. That Skeletor in the back is actually from the New Adventure line as well. It's the only other Classics figure I have that's based on the New Adventure line, but you know, you can kind of see how they fit together really well. They look really good. Unfortunately, I do not have the original figure of this to compare it to, but I thought I'd compare it to some of these so you can kind of see where it is. Overall, I think I'm very happy with this toy. I really would have liked to have seen those arms be something that was a little more dynamic, something that you could get more poses out of and stuff like that that didn't fall off so much. And but for what they are, they're okay. The rest of the figure, I think, is really, really awesome. It's got a really cool look to it. It definitely brings the updates the character a lot and makes it more modern. And it's just a really good figure overall. I'm kind of angry that I missed a lot of these Masters of the Universe Classics toys, but you know, they're all still out there, and eventually I'm gonna get like a very healthy collection of them going. So expect to see a lot more reviews like this from me in the future. Anyway, that's all I got, folks. Adios.